Module 6, Unit 1, Assignment 1 by Daryl McGee. We are going to be unpacking a standard, so here we go. RL.3.3, it is part of the Common Core State Standards, or CCSS, as most people call it. It is a standard from grade 3 language arts, and the reason I chose this standard is because I teach grade 3, and I actually did teach towards this standard a little bit this year already. So here we go. Unpacking the standard. RL.3.3, describe characters in a story, e.g. their traits, motivations, or feelings, and explain how their actions contribute to the sequence. So first I want to see what the concepts are, so meaning the what. And since it says e.g. their traits, motivations, or feelings, I'm just going to go with traits. So characters in a story and traits. So basically meaning character traits in a story is the what. Now we need to know what the skills are involved. So what are the students going to be doing? What to do? They are going to be describing and explaining what these character traits are. Okay, moving on. So the context of this is what are we using? We're using what? We're going to be using a story, some kind of a narrative. It could be fictional, it could be nonfiction, but it's going to have characters in it that follow a storyline, that have a sequence of events of the sort, just any kind of regular story. The components. Oh no, the actual title of the standard up at the top there. The R represents reading. The L represents literature. 3, grade 3, and standard number 3. So reading, literature, 3. The components for this are going to be 1, to describe the character traits of a story, and 2, explain how they, meaning the character traits, contribute to the sequence of events. All right, there we go. Activities. Here I'm going to move out towards, I want to show you this worksheet here that I have. This is from education.com. It's a resource website that I use quite often, and this is an excellent one. So after reading a story, whatever your class might be reading, a short story or even like a little short book or whatever, to do a character trait activity, here's a great worksheet that the students can have. After they have already known what character traits are, they've learned about it, they'll have this worksheet. So they have to name the character, name some character traits here, and they have to go into the book and find evidence to where to connect these character traits, the page number, and maybe an excerpt from the story about where the Bridget would be deceitful, sneaky, or mischievous. Also, this has a list of character traits, in case they're stuck, in case they need a little help. So this activity definitely tackles the component number 1, which means describe the character traits. They are describing them here. They are connecting them here. For my second activity, I wanted to do about the sequence of events. I just had an idea here. So activity number 2, using the same story from the worksheet from activity 1, I would get the students in groups for a little group activity and ask them to find 2 to 3 main plot points. This can be shortened to 1 to 2 depending how short or long the story is or complex in the story. Then, as a group, they must try to connect these plot points with a trait from their worksheet and explain why. And this would definitely get to tackle the component number 2, which is to explain how they contribute to the sequence of events. Plot point being the sequence of events and all that. At the end of the unit, now this would, because you wouldn't be doing a full day of this kind of language arts, it would maybe if you had about a 40 to 50 minute block, because you would have to explain, you'd have to do a full lesson on characters, traits, and adjectives and all that. This could be a full 3 to 4 lesson activity and to get all this done for this standard. But at the end, I would do a summative assessment. I would give them a short story to read, so something they've never seen before, and they would need to identify 2 main characters. They would give 3 character traits with evidence from the story for each character. Then they would have to connect 1 plot point with 1 of the traits mentioned and explain. And with this, they would be able to prove mastery of the standard RL 3.3. Thank you for listening to my assignment number 1.